Alice back again with yet another video. So I'm gonna try to get this through as quickly as possible, especially this short rant. So I just received the lipstick today. It's called Ivy by Colored Rain. I'll insert a picture, but I feel like I lost it either A, in my room, in my car, or God forbid that it's outside somewhere because it was in my pocket or something. I hope that I find it because it's $18 that I paid for it. Anyways, let's go on to this thing. So, I'm participating in the Cancelathon readathon. Um, and it takes place all month long. I'll leave like the links down below, but um, let's start with, obviously, we have to read the group book called So You've Been Publicly Shamed by John Ronson. My library has an ebook for it, so I'll definitely check it out. But basically, it's a nonfiction book about public shaming and the negative effects and all that stuff. So, if it's well with cancel culture. So, let's move on to some of the books that I'm actually going to read that fits all of these, well, or most of them, and that is most of these prompts. For example, I'll go through them. Anyway, Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews. Now, this has been on my TBR for a long time, and I know that this has been banned because I've actually saw the movie, the first one, not the the Lifetime movies. I didn't even know that was part of a series until I saw trailers for the Lifetime movies as a continuation, and then I looked it up. I'm like, oh shit, there really is a series. And not to mention, Lovely T was raving about V.C. Andrews in one of her live streams. I forgot what live stream it was, but we were talking about books. Anyway, so this is on my to read for Cancelathon. This could be considered a problematic classic and also a banned book because I'm sure because I looked it up, it's been banned in a lot of schools. So, and also fits by books by anyone. Technically, damn near all these books could be books by anyone. So next we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. So I hope y'all can see. I'm sorry. Leigh Bardugo. So this has heard. I'm sure people try to cancel it because of all the drama that it sparked during on Twitter. It was around the same time during the Sarah descent. Anyway, there's always shit going on in book 2. But I actually only started reading this shit. I'm sorry. I'm reading this back in November. I only made obviously this much progress. So I'm definitely giving it a try again. The reason why it's probably taking so long is because I'm taking my time annotating this stuff. So that's why it's taking so long to go through this. Another nonfiction book, because one of the alternatives is to read another nonfiction book, is The Mother of Black Hollywood by Jennifer Lewis, a memoir. I'm loving this. I'm 4 hours into the audiobook. She's everything. Like, I have a huge crush on her, and I feel like maybe if she was a lesbian, like, me and her could get together well. But she's not, okay? She's, like, larger than life, and I highly recommend the audiobook because it's read by her, and I love audiobooks that are read by the author. It gives such an interesting, I don't know, it makes it really more personal. But I highly recommend. She's hilarious, and some of the shit that she's been through is... I'm gonna leave y'all to, like, read about it. But she talks about her, sex addiction, which, of course, there's, she goes on, she does have a few interviews out there, but I highly wish that you hear from her in this book. But if I didn't, I loved her before, but now I really, really love her now. And I'm not gonna lie, my crush on her has grown because of this, audiobook, which is read by her. What other stuff? Okay, so, we got this. Ooh. So, they also said to read a manga. Oh yeah, and I forgot, the Jennifer Lewis also fits the diversity book. So it does this, but it fits with the really more personal. But I highly recommend. She's hilarious, and some of the shit that she's been through is. I'm gonna leave y'all to, like, read about it. But she talks about her sex addiction, which of course there's she goes on she does have a few interviews out there, but I highly wish that you hear from her in this book. But if I didn't, I loved her before, but now I really, really love her now. And I'm not going to lie, my crush on her has grown because of this audiobook, which is read by her. What other stuff? Okay, so we got this. Ooh. So, they also said to read a manga. Oh yeah, and I forgot, the Jennifer Lewis also fits the diversity book. So it does this, but it fits with the read a manga or a comic book. This is Blackbird by... I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm going to fuck it up. But it fits with the read a manga or a comic book. This is Blackbird by... I'm not even going to pronounce it because I'm going to fuck it up. But I think I mentioned this a while back, but I'm going to try to read volumes 1 through 4. I read this book a while ago, this manga series a while ago, and I had to stop because my library didn't own the last few mangas, and I didn't know anything about pirating. I mean, child, whatever. Either way, I didn't get the chance to finish reading it. So that's it for my prompts for it. But I'm gonna get into other books. Don't worry. Starting with um, She Came to Slay: The Life and Times of Harriet Tubman by Erica Armstrong Demois. Now then, Jesse by Books and Bow Ties. They love this book, and after looking at this from my in the library, I feel like this is an easier approach. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way that this book is set up. It makes this book easier to, I don't know, nonfiction a lot more easy to approach. And I look forward to learning more about Harriet Tubman that I didn't learn in school. Okay. Um, Next, what other nonfiction books? Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well talk about other. Oh yeah, They Were Her Property. White Women as Slave Owners in the American South by Stephanie E. Jones Rogers. Now, I downloaded the audiobook from the CDs in that long ass process, which I, of course, didn't explain to you because I deleted the video. Great. Anyway, I go through this long process of downloading the CDs and combining and then making it a long track. Anyways, I look forward to reading this because Ayemi Loho mentioned this in one of her videos. Something, I don't know. I'm sure it was a video about like some white woman wilding out and shit. But basically, she made a good point about how it's interesting how, I don't know. She got it from this book, but basically, it's interesting how white women are praised during the civil rights movement, even though some of the odd. Anyways, I look forward to reading this because Ayemi Loho mentioned this in one of her videos. Something, I don't know. I'm sure it was a video about like some white woman wilding out and shit. But basically, she made a good point about how it's interesting how, I don't know. She got it from this book, but basically, it's interesting how white women are praised during the civil rights movement, even though some of the odd were goddamn evil during slavery times, and how white women would straight up kill their husbands just to get their slaves. Because of course back then you didn't own property, but the only way to have will powers was how many slaves that you owned. So you had some evil white women out here killing their husbands just to gain more slaves, and you had sometimes they were a lot more crueler than their white male counterparts. So I look forward to reading this. I think that's it for the nonfiction. Oh yeah, actually, no, I Got Heavy by Cassie Lamont. Um, I forgot what prompted me to read this, but I know that it goes into his relationship with his mother, who I think was in drugs. I will let you know if I finish reading this book. I think I might read this later on in January because of how, well, no pun intended, heavy the subject matter is. He's an overweight black man. I know that it goes into his relationship with his mother, who I think was in drugs. I will let you know if I finish reading this book. I think I might read this later on in January because of how, well, no pun intended, heavy the subject matter is. He's an overweight black man. He's going to talk about his experiences about that and some relationships, and it's going to be a, no pun intended, heavy read. So I might say that towards like the end of the month, okay, if I manage to get to it. Now then, actually, a few fantasy books. We have The Rage of Dragons by Yvonne Winter. Now, this has been on my TBR since last year. This is like a South African / European like fantasy world with dragons and shit, and I think that's the European part, but like everything else is like African inspired. And we have this Yvonne Winter, who is actually from South Africa, and of course everybody is South African. Well, actually black. So I look forward to it. I know that this is like a military fantasy, and I never go into that subgenre in fantasy. So I look forward to like reading it about it. Anyway, I know that he's on a revenge quest, which I'm always up for revenge. So we'll see how it is. Okay. Okay. Now, another fantasy, high fantasy, is A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. Two sisters are fighting for one throne. You have one who has blood magic. The other girl, I forgot what her powers is, but she looks like a light skinned Dany Targaryen type of chick. I mean, she has silver hair and blue eyes, even though technically in the book Targaryens have purple eyes. And I saw like the trailer for the Witcher series, and I saw that one of the characters had like like eyes, and it was like, are they shading like the Game of Thrones series? Because like there was a lot of things. I'm not even gonna get into it because it might go into spoiler territory, and so many people who are like huge fans of the work are kind of at odds with this. But yeah, I guess they ain't holding no punches, okay? But I look forward to it. I know that there's like vampires, black fae, black witches, so I'm interested. I actually started this last month, and I also have the ebook for this. Sorry, I'm sick, so if I start coughing, I'm sorry. But I look forward to reading this. I only made it to page 16, and I'm excited actually. What else? I have Slay by Brittany Morris. She is, I know, the main character. She is a game developer. I know that this speaks to Black culture and also geek culture, and I feel like I'm kind of worried about the gaming aspect because if you're a gamer, you know that there's some sexist, racist people can be one of the most racist, sexist people can be online during gaming. And anyway, but she made a safe space for us. And some shit happens. Someone gets, I think, killed. Don't quote me on it, but something bad happens, and it has to do with her game. And now she's in all this legal trouble. Now people who weren't paying attention to her are looking straight at her, directing their attention to her. And I know that it's very beloved. I know that there's probably, I have a feeling I might love it. I love the cover, and man, I'm excited about this book. Um, Next, which I actually mentioned this back in December, but why not mention it again? I am reading Dominicana by Angie Cruz. I mentioned this in a vlog, but I'm doing this for another video. And you have this girl who is from the 15-year-old Anna Cartan. She is from the DR. She moves to America with her older husband just to move her family over. And I think she falls in love with someone else who isn't her abusive alcoholic husband, and there's a conflict between her personal interest between what she has to do for her family. So that's it for this book. Next I have With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Arellano. Now I'm on a quest to read everything by her, simply because I want to this is only her second book, but I can't wait to read Clap When You Land. So technically the only reason why I'm reading this is so I can read Clap When You Land. And they're not related by any means necessary, but I just want to check out this author before that book comes out. And it's about this girl who, I'm sorry, what is her name? Imani. She is a teen mom. She loves cooking. There's magical realism because each time that she cooks, when people eat her food, they feel it has the power to, I don't know, make very personal happy memories come forth. And it's almost as if it teleports them back in time to that time. So that's a magical realism in there. So she has to kind of balance between raising her kid, doing what she wants, and also juggling basically opportunities like every teen mom does. But I look forward to it. I already been spoiled for it. I already know what happens because of the live stream with Fire on with with a seat at a table. They discussed the whole book and they loved it. I wasn't going to read it, but now I might as well read it because I want to read it just in time for Clap When You Land by the same author. So, what other books? Oh yeah, how could I forget? My bad. Next we have Friday Black by I'm so sorry. This authors, I think. But this is a collection of short stories. It has sci-fi elements. It has I think a hint of fantasy. I know that the first story, she is a teen mom. She loves cooking. There's magical realism because each time that she cooks, when people eat her food, they feel it has the power to, I don't know, make very personal happy memories come forth. And it's almost as if it teleports them back in time to that time. So that's a magical realism in there. So she has to kind of balance between raising her kid, doing what she wants, and also juggling basically opportunities like every teen mom does. But I look forward to it. I already been spoiled for it. I already know what happens because of the live stream with Fire on with with a seat at a table. They discussed the whole book and they loved it. I wasn't going to read it, but now I might as well read it because I want to read it just in time for Clap When You Land by the same author. So, what other books? Oh yeah, how could I forget? My bad. Next we have Friday Black by I'm so sorry. This authors, I think. But this is a collection of short stories. It has sci-fi elements. It has I think a hint of fantasy. I know that the first story is heavy. I've been warned that the first story is heavy, after that first story, it begins to get easier to get through. But I look forward to reading this. I haven't read a short story collection in a long time, but I look forward to it. I know that it talks about consumerism, racism, sexual assault. It's like it's like a mix of so many things, and I look forward to it because I know many people give this short story collection high praise. So I'm gonna keep this. Hopefully, I'll be able to read it very soon. What other books do I have? Oh yes. Speaking of kids books, I have the second book of the Harry Potter series, The Chamber of Secrets. It's okay. Here's the thing. I might give this up and focus on Percy Jackson and the Olympians, which is the first book of the Olympian series. Maybe because I've always been interested in mythology, this will always appeal to me a lot more than Harry Potter. And the thing is, I never read the anything from Rick Riordan, but I have watched the movie. And Harry Potter, I'm sorry. I'm gonna give this book a chance, and also maybe if I get through it, I might give the third book a chance. But after those three books, if I'm not still interested in Harry Potter, I'm just might as well give up. I'm very proud of myself, however, to make it through the first book, because for so many years, I don't know why, I just struggled through the first book of Harry Potter. I try to get on the hype train, and I think it's because of the hype train, to be honest. But I look forward to reading it. I feel like it's very beloved, so let's see how it goes. And both of these books are beloved. I feel like I might lean towards this more than Harry Potter, but I look forward to it. What other books am I actually going to read? Oh yes, Watching You by Lisa Jewell. Basically, there's this very rich, most likely white neighborhood. Where you got doctors, you got lawyers, you got basically people who are high up in the community, who are basically rich, all in England. It's a very supposedly safe neighborhood, but someone gets killed, and they have no clue who did it. It shakes up the entire rich community. So I look forward to seeing who is the killer, who was stalking this person, because this is a very beautiful cover, despite how creepy it is. Because it's like me, the viewer, watching whoever is the murderer, and maybe I should pay close attention to the cover or something. I don't know. It's very creepy, but it's very beautiful. Maybe because of the bold lettering and all that other stuff, but it's very nice. Anyway, I'm looking forward to see who did it, why they did it, and all that other suspense. And I don't know if it's going to take us, like, let us view it from the stalker standpoint or from the person who got killed. I don't know. I don't know. I look forward to it. Next, we have an author by the name of Edwidge Didicott. I'm sorry, this author right here. I have two books from this person. This one is also a collection of short stories. Actually, I have Crick Rat, the in Kindle version, and I have Brother I'm Dying coming towards me. I just have to wait till it's available for me to pick up from my library. But this is a collection of short stories. Left Unread is a huge fan of this author, and I realized I hadn't really read anything by Haitian authors, even though I'm Haitian myself. And truth be told, maybe it's because I don't know. At the most is maybe the Haitian Bible, which is basically the Bible translated in Haitian Creole. Which even then I didn't read as much because I don't know. I just suck. Okay, but it's a collection of short stories. I don't know if it's slightly heavy. I don't know what will be the subject matter or the themes of all of these stories, but this one is called Everything Inside Stories. Um, I also have, by the same author, Anacona. I'm sorry if y'all can see. The Golden Flower, Haiti 1490. Now, this is actually part of a series that I hadn't read the whole entire series, okay? But each of the series is part of the Royal Diary series. Each book follows a princess in history, and you follow their so-called diaries, right? Obviously, I think maybe some of them might be based on real diaries, and they kind of twist it into a fictional element, so that way young readers could read it. Because this was actually the Royal Diaries was aimed at elementary school kids, and I remember reading Cleopatra and loving it because I'm still till this day. Well, not till this day, but like back then I was like obsessed with archaeology in Egypt, and I was obsessed with Cleopatra. So imagine my surprise when I see a slightly darker skinned Cleopatra on the cover. You know I went towards it, even though she still kind of looked white. We're not gonna go there, but this is by her. This is part of, you can always read the series as a standalone because it just follows each princess during their point in time. But it follows this princess who is the princess of the, if I remember from Goodreads, the Tahiho tribe, which is actually a tribe that was in what we now know as Haiti before NDR. It was in it was on the island. They were on the island before Christopher Columbus, being the glorious murderer that he is, killed them all. But basically, it follows this princess. Okay. So I look forward to reading this. This is definitely going to be a short read because it's a kid's book. I should be able to get through it as quickly as possible, right? Anyways, what other books am I reading? Oh yes, I am reading Renee. All Hail the Queen. Now this is going to be a quick rant, but authors, I'm gonna need you to put when this is part of a series, like these kids books, like you know that it's part of a series because they put the number right there, so you know which part of the series it is. But both of these books are actually not by the same author, but they're all first books of a series. Starting with Renee. She was molested by her stepfather and verbally abused by her mother. She channeled that pain into passion, and she became the ruthless Queen Pen of New York. And she's haunted by her past and unable to let go of what she'd been through. However, she was able to let go of some of the stuff, but not all of it. And she struggles to achieve inner peace with the mayhem that is New York. Okay, but since she is a queen of New York and she rules it with an iron fist, she does have some enemies that resurface trying to take her down. But we'll try to find out if she manages to find peace within herself. Will she find love? Will she all the good things that she deserves? I honestly didn't know that this was a black author because the person is white, even though when I look online there's different book covers, so this is a different book cover. But this is the first book of a series. Again, I would have never known. I would have never known, but thank God for Goodreads. This is the first book of the Black President series, by Brenda Hampton. Oh, I forgot. Okay, Renee, All Hail the Queen is a novel by Brandie Davis. Okay, go ahead and check her out. But now you have Brenda Hampton, who is the author of the Black President series. This is the first book, Black President, The World Will Never Be the Same. What prompted me to read this, actually, is because I accidentally read the blurb, again, because I didn't know it was part of a series. I read the blurb of one of the books. I forgot which number of the series it's in, but 3, 4, I don't know. Either way, it sounds very interesting. Some drama between a wife, secretary, and all that stuff. But basically, this is like the origin, the start of this whole series. You have Stephanie C. Jefferson. He's from St. Louis. He and the first lady. Of course, some enemies, problems running through the Do Nothing Congress and untrustworthy administration. His wife has many issues and all that other stuff. And of course, he's considered the sexiest man alive. I look forward to reading this political like drama. Can I call it drama? I don't know, but I look forward to it. And this too feels like a very short read. What other stuff? Oh yes. The Black lesbian drama. Littell's Tempted to Touch. You have 3 authors. Sky, which is the author of the Choices series. Nikki Ranchin and Fiona Zadie. I don't know what the other 2 ladies did, but I know Sky, she does the Choices series, which is also a lesbian drama type of shit. But I know that there's different. Actually, there's like 3 different plot points. All of these ladies are lesbians. I like it. I know that there's probably going to be cheating, because I know that one of the plot points is like this Lane, who is the center of 2 women's attention, her wife and the mistress. So you know some shit is about to pop off, but it's a thick book, and I cannot wait. I've been looking forward to some more, I don't know, lesbian drama, more smut in my books, more, I don't know, drama-filled stuff, but I know that Sky has been on my TBR for a long time, so I'm going to check out the other ladies if I like this book, but hopefully it's cohesive. Hopefully, because I don't know, this is 3 authors in one book to create one full story. I don't know, when 2 authors get together, sometimes y'all be fucking up, okay? I'm just saying. Another book that I have is by River Solomon, and this is called In the Kindness of Ghosts. I also have her book, The Deep, which is a collection of short stories to tell like one big one, I guess. But yeah, you have this girl named Asher. She's on this this spaceship, sci-fi element to it. You have bits of colorism, classism, ageism, all the isms. I think there might be a revolt, because I feel like the more you oppress people, the more people get angry. And even with, I hate to use this analogy, but I feel like this applies anywhere in life. But when you got an animal backed up into a corner, that animal will bite. So I have a feeling that they're going to start revolting, and I feel like she's going to be the spearhead of this revulsion. So I cannot wait. And this cover is so goddamn beautiful. I know that this has been receiving high praises, people giving it 5 or 4 stars. But I'm very interested in like completing this. Okay, we're going into freaking George R. R. Martin. Okay, so let's start with actually the graphic novel, which I gave myself. This is the first volume of the graphic novel. Obviously, it's probably a depiction of the first book, which technically I already watched the first season, so who knows? Whatever. Why not spoil myself to minor details, right? But speaking of which, I actually have Game of Thrones, the first book. I am currently where am I? Oh yes, I am this much. Where is it? Oh my goodness, y'all! I got scared. I thought I lost my page, y'all. Anyway, I am on page 147 of this book. I am technically 6 hours and 20 something into the audiobook, and the audiobook is 36 hours and something minutes long. Okay, obviously this is a thick ass book. I will complete this today. Not today. Well, I will complete this month. That's a freaking promise, okay? I want this. I want to do this so badly, but I hope to get through it. It's a very beloved series, and I hope to get through to annotating everything. That's my promise to my damn self. But this one is a book that I own. Another book that I'm reading at the same damn time. I only managed to get 400. No, not 400 pages. No. 4 hours and 20 something pages. 20 something minutes into this book, Fire and Blood. This is the first book of the Targaryen history. Oddly enough, I think I'm having a lot more fun reading this book than the main series. And I think it's simply because of the fact that, I don't know, Targaryens are fun. And I don't know, it's a fake ass history book, obviously. But I don't know, it's more fun. And like when they were describing like the shit that they were going through with Dorne, I realized that, wow, the series really fucked up when it came for this. The TV series really fucked up with Dorne. Because Dorne, in the books, badass, wasted potential on the show, to be said. Okay? And I agree with everyone. They are wasted potential. Like, I love them. Like, And I'm still curious to this day because even they technically don't know what happened, but like what the Princess of Dorne said. But what kind of political move was in that single letter to make the war stop between Dorne and like the Seven Kingdoms? I need to know. Like what kind of badass move was that? I need to know, y'all. I really want to know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This was fun. I tried to buddy read this, but something tragic, like I mentioned, in my 2020 goals. I was going through a death within my family, so I wasn't able to like really read this thick ass book. More depression onto it. Oh, how could I forget? I have another book. The Bird King. I know Matthew Sikara was talking about this. Basically, you have this concubine and this map maker who has magic attached to it because he's able to make maps of places he's never been to, and that's very helpful during war. But then the Spanish intuition comes in, and it's interrupting life within the Muslim community. And I already know that there's probably going to be some major character deaths. I'm going to try not to get attached to people. Mainly because, and I say why I have a feeling about that is because here's the thing. Obviously the Spanish Inquisition Catholic, they see this type of magic as devilish, of course. So you already know that there's this war going on, and you already know that Western society and Eastern, and when they start to clash, and when you have this empire who's trying to impose their views on people, people get killed. So I'm gonna try not to get attached to people just in case, major character deaths are included. Just in case, just in case. So yeah, that's it for those books. Now, y'all, when I went to the library, I wasn't expecting a certain book to be so fucking big, and it's actually a graphic novel. It's actually a collection of graphic novels of Moses. No, I'll be honest. I don't know, child. It's by Neil Gaiman, and it's the Sandman series. Bitch, I could use this as a weapon, motherfucker. What? And it's so beautiful, and I better. Well, obviously, I'm not gonna lose it because it's goddamn big. But like, anyway. I wasn't expecting this to be so big. So obviously this is going to be for January and February. Okay? Most of these books are going to be for January and February. Fuck that shit. What? Bitch. I don't even know.
Hi, this is editing me. I don't know what happened to the last bit, but basically this video is over. I will see you next time, and I hope to see you guys again. Let me know what you guys are reading for Cancelathon. Obviously, I meant to put this up like days ago, but I was trying to figure out what happened to like the last bit of footage. But luckily I was down and already over, and I managed to save some of my footage, so yay. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.
Read a book, read a motherfucking book.